Now I have the pleasure of introducing our speaker. His journey began in 1975 as a graduate of Lakeview High School. Let's put everything in context. In 1975, here were a few things of note. A really cool new device became available to enhance TV watching, the VCR. Get Down Tonight by Casey and the Sunshine Band, Jive Talkin' by the Bee Gees, and better than that, Life Ain't Nothing But a Funny, Funny Riddle, Thank God I'm a Country Boy, by John Denver were the tops of the music charts. Unemployment was at 9.2%. I think yesterday they announced it's at 9.1% now. The Tigers came in last in their division, with the only bright spots being Willie Horton, who hit 25 home runs, and Ron LaFleur, who stole 28 bases. Marcel Dion scored 47 goals and had 74 assists in an otherwise dismal Red Wings season. A little-known show named Saturday Night Live debuted with a couple of little-known comics named John Belushi and Gilda Radner. Jaws, The Towering Inferno, and The Godfather Part 2 were hot movies. One of the most popular cars for boys in high school was a Plymouth Barracuda. But most couldn't afford to drive one because of the new insurance policies against muscle cars. President Ford avoided 2 assassination attempts. Not so lucky, Jimmy Hoffa of the Teamsters Union went missing. In 1975, a gallon of gas cost 44 cents. Yes. Well, when gas was 44 cents, young Scott Russo was sitting out in that audience, finishing his career as a Husky and thinking about heading to that place in East Lansing called Michigan State University. He was going to study chemistry and take on the world. He finished his bachelor's degree in 1979 with honors and continued to Wayne State University, where he went to the School of Medicine. After an internship, residency, and some focus on orthopedics, Dr. Russo completed a fellowship in spine surgery at Southern Illinois University School of Medicine. Dr. Russo currently serves as an orthopedic surgeon specializing in spinal disorders, trauma, tumor, degenerative, pediatric, and adult deformity surgeries, with several hospital affiliations in the Grand Rapids area. He's a member with multiple medical society affiliations and has presented and published numerous articles in his profession, most recently in Grand Rapids, where he and a colleague presented the Let's Talk Bones and Joints. His side job is as a clinical assistant professor at Michigan State University's School of Medicine. Dr. Russo has visited 4 continents and helped out recently in Haiti following the devastating earthquake in January 2010. He's an outstanding example for our seniors, and I know his comments tonight will touch on how he left high school not really knowing what life would bring. He's joined by his family, I think his wife, a couple of sons, and even his mom are in the audience. Please join me in thanking Dr. Russo for coming to visit with us and in welcoming him to the microphone, our own alum 1975 grad, Dr. Scott Russo.
Thank you very much, Superintendent Paulson, Principal Case, faculty, family, friends, and most of all, graduates. What a gift you have given me. There have been many changes to Lakeview High School since I was here, and I saw that today as I traveled through the halls. But the one thing that hasn't changed, and it is evident here tonight, is the spirit of the students. Give yourselves a hand. Congratulations, class of 2011. On a different note, just imagine it's January 12th, 2010, 4:53 in the afternoon on a hot sunny day, and you're walking home from school. Your family's at home, friends are playing soccer, when, in a matter of seconds, minutes, your world, as you knew it, as you remember it, literally crumbles around you. That was Haiti, a small island in the Caribbean. When it was all over, more than 200,000 people will have died. Over 1 million left homeless, many of them living in cardboard boxes. And a cry for help would be heard around the world. So how did I, a 1975 graduate of Lakeview High School, how was I in a position to help? 36 years ago, I sat where you sit. No clear idea of what the future might hold. I was not in the top 10%, not even in the upper half of the class. And I can assure you of the greater than 700 students that were in my class, myself included, none of them would expect me to be here tonight speaking with you. So I applaud all of you who have achieved academic excellence and encourage continued hard work and success. But for those of you who may be in a position more similar to mine, take heart. There's hope. It is very possible that your special gifts and talents have not yet surfaced. It is during these times that we need people in our lives who work behind the scenes to give us guidance and support. For me, it was Mr. Schaublin, the man whose name sits on this very auditorium. He saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, enough to support my application to Michigan State with a phone call to the admissions office. Look to those around you. It's okay to ask for help. During the summer after my freshman year, I was struggling. I went to my father for advice. I said, "Dad, I'm going to change my major. I'm going to get out of pre-med." He paused, very fatherly way said, "No, you're not. There is no way you're going to give up on your dream. Sometimes you need strength from others. Draw on it." After my sophomore year, Dr. Fred Tinning, assistant dean of the medical school and my mentor, reviewed my academic transcript and made a profound statement. These grades are not going to get you to where you want to go. Honest talk, straight talk, real talk. Words I didn't want to hear, but I needed to. It was like being hit with the proverbial sledgehammer. I finally got it. I got it. It was my life, and my life was my responsibility. Not my parents, not my professors, or anyone else for that matter. These individuals were part of my team, only I didn't see it at the time. You too have a team of people. They're working behind the scenes. Look at everybody here, your parents, family, friends. They're here, but at times they seem invisible. Take time to look for them. Seek them out and thank them, because it really matters when you do that. Our Haitian mission exemplified teamwork. The United Nations sent peacekeepers. Many countries sent supplies and healthcare workers. We were a large part of a West Michigan contingent. Our corporate support came from Steelcase and Amway, whose jets put us in country when commercial planes couldn't fly. During our approach to Haiti, I was struck by the beauty of the Caribbean, the devastation not yet visible. As we set foot on Haitian soil, we were greeted by the previous team. We exchanged hugs, high fives, but what really struck me were the words my colleagues used to describe their experience. They were all profoundly changed. It was as if they left a piece of themselves in Haiti, but had taken a piece of Haiti with them. Driving through Port-au-Prince on our way to the hospital, the chaos was smothering. I was stunned by the number of collapsed buildings. It left me wondering how many people were still inside. Upon reaching our hospital, we quickly set up shop and began seeing patients in our makeshift hospital ward. What I mean by hospital ward, several of us have been in a hospital, I'm sure. This hospital ward was a roofless garage with 20 twin mattresses set on a plywood-covered dirt floor. Was I shocked? No. What shocked me were the smiles and the thank yous from the severely injured patients. In medicine, we do our best to make caring for our patients routine. When I perform surgery, my goal is to leave the operating room bored. And when I don't, it means when things get exciting in the operating room, it's usually a big problem. So I thought Haiti should be no problem, should be no different than our everyday work. By midweek, we had settled into our routine of rounds in the morning, surgery, and then clinic in the afternoon. An elderly woman with a fractured leg had waited over 4 weeks to get her surgery. So my colleague and I repaired it. 2 hours later, we were called emergently, only to find her in cardiac arrest, presumably from a blood clot to her lungs. She passed. To me, the death of a patient is the ultimate failure. So the kind of experience that makes one want to retire right then and there. When I teach residents and I teach medical students, I tell them, you will only feel as good as your last complication. That thought, that belief is false. In reality, we all fail. It may be on a test, it may be getting into college, or it may be securing the perfect job. It's important to remember that failure is an event, not a person. There's a huge difference between I made a mistake and I am a mistake. I encourage you during these times of personal crisis, and you will all have them, turn to those individuals who care and love for you for guidance and support. You must understand that success lies always on the far side of failure. With the hospitals in Port-au-Prince closed and word out that we were open for business, people with all sorts of non-orthopedic conditions were arriving at our doorstep. One particularly hot day, a woman was dropped off at our clinic. She had been in active labor for 48 hours. Now, I'm sure the mothers in the crowd here can appreciate that. There was no way that she was going to be able to deliver naturally. And, you know, there were no obstetricians anywhere to be found. So there are only 2 words in English language that strike fear in the heart of an orthopedic spine surgeon, and that's cesarean section. Now, I have no trouble operating on people with the most complex spinal conditions, but delivering babies, that's a whole different ballgame. I mean, picture yourself stepping into the batter's box against a Justin Verlander signature fastball. That's what I felt like. And truth be told, when the time came to deliver the child, the OB-GYN, who was only available on rare occasions, showed up. And he became the designated hitter, and I assumed the more appropriate role of first assistance. So you will always have events in your lives that will take you far from your comfort zone. And these are the reasons you study and prepare. No, not just prepare, over-prepare. It is at this time that you will experience your greatest growth. You might feel as if survival is unlikely. I can assure you, you will survive. And even more than that, you will thrive. One of the great challenges of the trip was the language barrier. Creole and French are the 2 official languages of Haiti. Fortunately, there were several high school students from local villages who volunteered to translate. I mean, the reality was the earthquake destroyed their schools. The whole system shut down. There was no education going on. So you would have never known that these young men had lost family and friends in the quake. They were always smiling and offering a gentle touch and a kind word to fellow Haitians who were suffering from horrific injuries. I mean, there was a definite connection between these young men and our team. Nearing the end of the trip, we were invited to visit their villages. They were in a fairly remote area of the countryside. And as we walked, they shared with us what it was like to grow up in Haiti. Education, while encouraged, was sporadic at best. Healthcare and fresh water were always a problem. Nonetheless, there was no bitterness in their voice, only hope for a somewhat better future. So we as healthcare providers had given a lot, but there seemed to be something missing. Several of us felt as if we should do something more, maybe something of a more permanent nature. So connecting with these young men, they seemed to have a yearning for somebody to guide them, somebody to mentor them towards a better future. So after returning to the States, several of us met and began exploring the establishment of a scholarship program to bring these men, maybe one or all of them, here to study. It was plain to see that expanding their knowledge through education was the clearest path to individual and societal prosperity. Education. I mean, before you have tremendous educators, academicians. Respect that. Seek it out. It doesn't mean if you don't go to college, that's okay. But always continue to learn in any endeavor that you do. because without mentoring, I could never have become the individual that I am today. So commit time in your life to guide others. And I heard that today in the presentations, how much you've committed as a class. It's impressive, it's amazing. Give to others in need of academic, social, and psychological support. Even now, your school hosts a program that is designed to encourage and promote academic and social success through this mentoring process. Gift yourself to this program and prepare to be changed in ways you've never dreamed of. So in closing, let me share a few final thoughts. Pay attention to your gifts. Pursue them with a passion and make it second to none. Recognize failure for what it truly is, an opportunity to grow. Because, as I mentioned earlier, success always lies on the far side of failure. Relationships are truly what make life rich. Respect them and cultivate them. In times of need, draw on them for strength and guidance. Never deprive others of the opportunity to help you. Always express gratitude for them. Gifting and giving back. After recognizing those things that you do well, seemingly without effort, use them to give back. Find your own personal Haiti. Understand that giving back comes in many forms. Your money, your time, your things. But maybe more importantly, it comes in your kind words, your kind thoughts, and your kind deeds. I want to thank you for this very special gift that you have given me, your time and your attention. Class of 2011, we need you. The world needs you to be all that you can be. I bid you all great success and look forward to being a witness to your bright futures. Thank you.